Losing your health is one of the most scariest things. You have to maintain the faith. You have to understand what the lesson is that's going on with your health. And my lesson, this may not be for everyone, but my lesson was to exhaust all human possibilities so that God could finally step in and allow me to heal. And I needed to surrender to that and trust that. Hello, everyone. I know it's been a long time since I've recorded an actual YouTube video just for YouTube, but I've been feeling lately to do so. So here I am in front of the camera again, and I'm excited. I feel like I have so much to talk about, and also this mic here is for better audio. I actually don't like the fact that it's here because I can't be like this. I can't move my arms too much. So we're gonna see how this mic goes and if I will keep it for other videos. But I've been feeling called to share more about my health journey, especially because I truly do believe in miracles, and I truly do believe that everything that I went through, my health journey, was really happening for me to learn how to trust that miracles do happen and that also God has the final say. So, whatever higher power you believe in, whether it be your higher self, angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, whatever God is to you. I'm not saying that I am this super religious person or anything. I didn't grow up religious at all. I'm very spiritual. I found a higher power of my own understanding, and I wish the same for everyone else. And I call this spiritual understanding God. I used to say the universe all the time, and I still do, but now I also say God. Yeah, I say angels. If you already have seen my content, then you know that. Especially with the health journey overall, it has been my relationship with my spirituality has grown so much. And if you are going through a health journey right now, if you are going through any journey, any dark night of the soul, where you are at a lower place and it feels like it's hard, really, really freaking hard, and it feels like the whole world is against you, and you're like, when is this going to end? I promise you that it's going to end. I promise you there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Every darkness, every time we are in a dark place, it's an initiation for the light to come in. It's an initiation for this next part of our journey, especially in our spiritual awakening journey, where we can awaken to so many different things and really be able to reclaim our power back. So, with the health journey, I have explained a lot of this on my podcast, but I do feel like I have a different community on my podcast than I do on YouTube. So, yeah, that's why I'm on here because I do feel like I want to be able to express and share more of my journey on here as well. So, this past year has been a huge upheaval for me in particular with my health. And it started more so in 2022 this is some background for people that don't know. When I was still working in the corporate realm, I had a leadership role in the corporate realm, which on paper would look like this great job. And I was doing stuff on the side that I was actually passionate about, like holistic health coaching and doing spirituality TikToks, and also, yeah, just doing things on the side that I felt like was really nourishing my soul. But I was still tied to the corporate realm. And I knew that I wasn't meant to be there, but I still kept holding on because I was trying to create this safety net. And it was really out of fear. I was creating a safety net out of fear. I was like, okay, if I save up this amount of money, then I'll be able to quit my job and travel to Bali and do all this stuff, and really delaying the process. And the thing is, when we create a safety net out of fear, we are not in alignment with our true selves, and we are missing out on our lives because of that. And it was really time for me to take a leap of faith, but I was taking forever to do so, that the universe really needed to step in. And I learned a huge lesson by doing so, is that when you do take a leap of faith that's in alignment for your highest good, you will be supported no matter what. Now, my health got to the worst. Well, not the worst, but it started to decline rapidly. And that's when I took a leave off of work and finally it hit me that I had to leave work. And it wasn't until my health got to its lowest that I had the balls to do that. Could I say balls on YouTube? That I had the courage to do that. And I am grateful for it. As crazy as that may sound, like I went through some intense stuff with my health. And with the health journey, I was looking at Western medicine first. It started with Western medicine, and they couldn't figure out what was going on. I mean, they were just like, oh, there's inflammation in your stomach or in your pancreas. So you just have to have more of an anti-inflammatory diet. And I was just in a lot of pain at that time. So I did incorporate that into my diet, and things were getting better when I started working with a naturopath. But then it started teetering where it would be better and then it would be worse. Also, if you hear anything in the background, it's because I believe my dad is cleaning. So cleaning in the back. Okay, where was I? So yeah, my health was teetering where it was getting better, then it would get worse. And it was really linked to my intuition. And every time I would really trust my intuition on something, it was almost like my health was getting better. And then anytime that I strayed from it, it would decline. And what I mean by this is there were just like weird stuff happening with my body. It was chronic. Like there were times when I'd be in a lot of pain. There were times when my legs would start swelling. It was something that had to do with insulin. And my legs would start swelling after I would eat, or I would feel extremely not nourished after I would eat. Food was not fueling my body correctly, and I started just losing weight rapidly. I didn't have diabetes or anything. It was really scary because you want to be able to trust food. You want to be able to trust the food that you eat to nourish you, to fuel your body, to heal your body. And I couldn't even do that. I really had to figure out what on earth was going on and like tune into what would help me nourish my body day to day. It was almost like the more that I ate, the more weight that I was losing. And it was so scary. It was so scary. And I just kept wondering, like, why on earth is this happening to me? Like, am I, what did I do? And I was just like, what on earth did I do to deserve this? And I'm a very optimistic person, so I kept trusting myself. I was like, okay, you got this. I ended up moving home. My angels were really guiding me to move home and be able to heal my relationship with my family as long as heal my physical vessel. And that did end up happening. I mean, I have grown so much closer to my family. I have so much gratitude for them, and I really was able to understand so much more about my upbringing and all that stuff. But okay, so to get back onto the health situation, there were times again when it was just better and then worse and then better and then worse. And it truly was all tied to my intuition. And I knew that it was this initiation to grow spiritually, because at the same time I knew that I was evolving spiritually. I was getting way more messages from the spiritual realm, and I could just tell that my psychic senses were expanding, and it was exciting. But at the same time, as this was happening, it was like my physical vessel was still needing a lot of help, and my angels just kept telling me to keep up your faith, to maintain the faith, to trust yourself, to keep going, stay positive, and like release any trauma that you've been through in the past. Like leaving LA, I had to really grieve that. And quitting my corporate job, I had to grieve that. Even though it was so exciting, there was still so much that was a part of me that I still needed to work through. So the past year has been this huge emotional and physical healing journey, but it got to the point where there was a point where I got really scared. There were times when I was like, what on earth is happening to my body? And I spiraled. I got into this spiral of fear, and it really freaked me out. And I ended up at the hospital because there was a point in my healing journey where I was like, well, if I'm at the hospital, they'll have to figure out what's going on with me. They have to. It's life or death. They have to. And I got to the hospital, and it was not where I was supposed to be. And I knew this internally as well. My angels never wanted me to end up in the hospital. And there was nothing that the doctor said that really was the answer to what was going on with my body. They were just like, you just have to keep eating. You just have to eat a lot more. And if it was that easy, why on earth would I have put myself through all of that if it was so easy to just eat and like then I would could carry on with my life and fly to Bali and live my life? No, it wasn't that. And the thing is, they couldn't understand. They just did not understand. And it's almost like they were gaslighting me to believe that I just needed to eat more. And that was the answer to everything. And that's one of the biggest things that I've learned is you have to stay in your own truth. And sometimes to do that, you have to surrender and just let go and just be like, all right, okay, sure. And let people believe what they want to believe when you know your own truth. Do not let other people tell you what your truth is. I knew what was going on with me. My parents were also super confused. They were like, why is this food not helping you? And so I ended up at the hospital and it was this huge learning experience where I really had to surrender to the process. And it was like the more I surrendered, my health got better. And the more that I had faith, my health got better. So at the time when I was really fighting the doctors and telling them that they had no idea what they were doing, and like, I was like, okay, are you not realizing that I'm eating all this food and nothing is changing because it's not doing anything to my body? Like my cells, something was off. And they were just like, no, you just have to eat more. Okay, I was there for a full week, no change. I was eating a surplus of calories. And then finally, I was like, I need to call my friend that I truly trust, and she is also a very spiritual person. I was like, I need her to just come and see me. And seeing her, it flipped a switch in me where I awakened again to this, to having faith, to knowing that the divine can heal me. And this physical realm, there's only so much that can happen in the physical realm, but the divine, the spiritual realm is what creates your body, is what creates your soul. That's where your soul came from, is the spiritual realm. And so, right before she came, I was in a really dark place because the doctors were like telling me this stuff. It was just not vibing with me. And after she came, we had this really great conversation. We did like emotional release, and she also did some Reiki on me. And she told me that she kept seeing the number 3. She was like, "You'll be out. I think you'll be out in 3 days." And I'm over here like, I think you mean 3 months or years. And ended up after she left, for some reason, there was a huge shift. And I felt just better. I had faith. It reminded me to surrender to this process. And I was like, okay, doesn't even matter how long I'm here for. I'm alive. I'm going to fight for my family. I'm going to fight for the life that I deserve to live. And I know that my angels have my back, but I have to remember who I am and how powerful I am as well. And remember that I am worthy of healing and I deserve to be healed. Taking my power back was one of the most amazing experiences because I could literally feel myself, my body shift and start to heal again. And fast forward a few days, I started gaining weight. And that was when the doctor was like, we could actually release you from the hospital soon. And they said this day, that was 3 days from when what my friend said. Like basically, it was 3 days from when I saw her. And it was crazy because I was not expecting to be able to be released that soon. I mean, I just started getting better and they were like, oh, okay, like it looks like you can go now. And so I did end up going home and things were getting a lot better. But then fear creeped up again in me when I had a little teeter with my health and I spiraled again and I ended up at the hospital again. And it was this cycle that I knew was teaching me that I literally have to maintain the faith, even though losing your health is one of the most scariest things. You have to maintain the faith. You have to understand what the lesson is that's going on with your health. And my lesson, this may not be for everyone, but my lesson was to exhaust all human possibilities so that God could finally step in and allow me to heal. And I needed to surrender to that and trust that. It wasn't until all human possibilities were exhausted that I truly began to heal and began to gain weight, and food was actually nourishing my body. And it was wild because it's true. God truly does have the ability to heal you. And whatever lesson you're meant to learn in this lifetime, whether it be trust or surrender or with your health or with love, you have to believe that you, one, are worthy of it, two, that it's going to happen, and three, that the universe is the most powerful energy that there is, and the universe wants to support you in your healing journey, in whatever journey you're going through. And miracles do happen. You just have to trust, have faith, and believe. And going through all of that, I really chose the scenic route with that life lesson, but here I am today. And I don't know if I'll end up putting a photo on here. Actually, you know what? Oh, my hair. I'll put up a photo on here just to show this health journey and how transformational it's been. But here is a picture of me when I was not doing the best. And here I am now. So, again, it's a lot for me to even show a picture. Especially because it brings up this experience again, but I really am working through that health trauma, and I just want everyone out there to understand that if you are going through something where Western medicine or something external logically is not helping you, there's a spiritual lesson that's a part of that. There is a life lesson that's a part of that, and you just have to allow it to heal you, allowing the divine to heal you. So trust, believe, have faith. I am a walking miracle. Earlier last year, I could barely walk. I had to use a walker when I got out of the hospital. I forgot to mention that part. I could barely lift my legs. And I thought that I was going to need assistance with helping for a long time. And after a week or so, I was able to walk on my own. And here I am just hanging out with people that I love again. When I was in the hospital, staring out of that hospital window for weeks, watching other people do what they love outside was heartbreaking for me. But I maintained my faith and I kept going and I kept persisting. And wherever life was taking me, I was like, all right, but I still reclaimed my power by holding on to faith and knowing that I was going to heal. And here is the manifestation of my health. And I am so grateful and so thankful to be sitting here today talking to you all and telling you all my story because I know that it will help someone else out there in the world, whatever they're going through. Hopefully, this video will make its way to you. Okay, well, that is all that I have to share today, but I do have so much more to share. So I am excited to be more active in this space. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like and comment down below. Have you experienced any mystery illnesses or mystery anything where you just had to maintain faith? I would love to hear your stories as well. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you all, and I'm sending you all so much love and so much light. Thank you for listening, everyone. Bye.